Good morning, my dedicated viewers. Welcome if this is your first time. Glad to have you back if you've been away for a while. I'm Mark, and this is MEYOCHI, your gateway to flexibility, range of movement, and injury prevention for an active and healthy lifestyle. Today's routine is the ocean routine. So let's begin. Feel the stretch, not the pain. And our first one's gonna be the overhead finger blaster. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put your arms out straight like this, spread your fingers as wide as you can, stretch in between those fingers and those hands. And then we're gonna bring it up over the head like this and stretch. And you're gonna feel it stretching all in your shoulders and your side and your torso. This is an abdomen. This is a great upper body stretch. And just look up to the sky. Okay. All right, and down. And we're gonna do that one more time. Out, fingers out. And bring it up in the air. Remember, if this is as far as you can go, it's as far as you can go. You'll get more flexible over time. Feel the stretch, not the pain. I don't want you to feel any pain whatsoever. Oh, and just stretch. It feels so good. And look up to the sky. All right, bring it down. We're gonna do that one more time. And up in the air, and stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Finger blasting, blasting to the sky. Okay, and bring it down. Now we're gonna do the hug stretch. Give yourself a hug today. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to put our right hand over our left and give yourself a hug. Just like that. Breathe in and out, nice and easy. Oh, this feels so good. Okay. Bring it down. Now let's do left over right and give yourself a hug. And you're stretching your upper back and your shoulders and your elbows. Breathe in, nice and easy. It's a beautiful morning this morning. Behind me I see lots of purples. Okay, bring it down. Now over to the other side and stretch. This is just a nice, relaxing stretch. Okay. Down, and now left over right and stretch. Oh, this feels so good. I'm really enjoying it this morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. We've got 3 cormorants just going right over us right there. Those are cormorants. Those are seabirds that dive under the water and catch their fish. They're amazing, amazing birds. Okay, and relax. Now we're gonna do the side torso bend. Put your legs about shoulder width apart. Keep yourself straight up like this, and you're just gonna bend over to the side. And you're gonna, this is for your spine, so you're gonna be stretching your spinal column. Remember, feel the stretch, not the pain. If that's as far as you can go, it's as far as you can go. Do not feel any pain, especially in your spinal column. Let this arm relax, and then just twist over. Stay straight. Bring it up, and let's go over to the other side. There's Seagull. Got a special behind-the-scenes look today. You know how I always do my time-lapse sunrise? Well, today I'm doing the time-lapse sunrise, but I did it showing how I set all of my gear up in the morning. So not only is it going to be a time-lapse sunrise, it's going to be a behind-the-scenes showing you how I set up all of my photo gear. I've got another time-lapse camera over here and it's time-lapsing me, and it should be a really interesting video, so check it out. I'll have a link at the very end of this video, or you can go to my YouTube homepage, MEYOCHI. Oh, this is a good one too. I can just feel it in my spinal column and in my side torso. Bring it up, and then one more time this way, and stretch. Oh, this is a good one. I love stretching early in the morning like this. Just nothing is better than being out on the beach doing this. All right, and up like this. Now we're gonna do what I call knee circles, or the hula dance. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of bend over, put your hands on your knees, and you're just gonna twist like this. You're gonna do the hula dance like this, see? Hula dance. And what this is more of a range of motion for your knees and your ankles. So you're doing a lot of range of movement in those tendons and ligaments. Great range of motion exercise. All right, stand up. Now we're going to go the opposite way. This way. Got a little bit of waves out there. Maybe I'll do the Hawaii 5-0 since we're doing the hula dance. That's why I never took up singing. Okay, relax, stretch it out like this. Yes. Okay, and now let's go the other way. And hula dance. Tiny bubbles in the wine makes me feel happy, makes me feel fine. That's Don Ho, if you don't know that. The most iconic Hawaiian singer ever, and my grandma Lucy's favorite artist of all time. I'd go visit her and we'd always listen to Don Ho. Check him out, he's cool. Okay, and relax. Stretch it out like this. All right, now we're gonna do the tennis match, and it's exactly what it is. We're just gonna watch the tennis match. Again, we're going to be twisting our cervical spine up here, so don't feel any pain in your neck. This is gonna be one that with your vertebrae in your neck that are very tender. And basically, we're just gonna go over this way and stretch. And you'll feel it stretching in your neck and in your cervical spine. Face forward and stretch to the other side like a tennis match. Face forward and stretch to the other side like a tennis match. Oh, this feels really good in your neck. Face forward to the other side. Face forward to the other side. Breathe in and out nice and easy. Okay, and there we go. And now it's time to transition to the floor. It's time for the food of the month. And the food of the month is ginger. Ginger is high in vitamins B6, magnesium, manganese, potassium, and contains high levels of antioxidants, gingerol, shogal, and zingerone. Gingerol acts as an antibacterial agent that helps fight tooth decay and gum disease. Ginger has high anti-inflammatory properties to help relieve rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and to soothe sore muscles. Finally, ginger helps to calm nausea, morning sickness, and eases the pain of menstrual cramps. Ginger, great food of the month. I slice fresh ginger into little pieces and stick it in my tea every morning, and then when I'm done with my tea, I eat the ginger. It's a little spicy, but oh so good. So, as always, the food of the week is one part of my 4 pillars of MEYOCHI, and my 4 pillars of MEYOCHI are flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. You do my 4 pillars and your quality of life will improve dramatically. All right, so let's get back to our exercises. And our next one is going to be the reverse arm stretch. And the sun is up. That is a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Okay, this is the one I always say is a little strange. You're gonna put your fingers and point them to your knee, like this, and then just lean back. And when you lean back, you'll feel it stretching in your arms and in your elbow and in your wrist down here and even your hands. Oh, it's a gorgeous orange sunrise this morning. And then just lean back and you'll feel it stretching all in here. It's a little weird, but it feels really good, this one. Okay, relax. Stretch it back. Beautiful. Put your fingers towards your knees and then just lean back and just feel it stretching in your arms. I can't help but to stare at it, and now I've got these yellow spots in my eyes every time I blink. Oh, this feels really good. I can feel it up in my upper shoulders too. Okay, relax. One more time. Just a gorgeous morning out here. There's a little bit of mist or fog in the air because the dew points are really close to the temperature, which causes mist and fog. I hope I scientifically got that right. Please let me know in the comments below if I didn't. Okay. And relax. Now we're going to do the classic yoga move, the cat arch and cow stretch. And we're just going to get on our hands and knees like this, and then we're going to arch our back up like a Halloween cat and bring your neck down like this. So your back should be arched like a Halloween cat. This is great for your spinal column. Now, cow stretch, bring your spinal column this way, stomach to the floor, and stretch. Okay. Cat arch. Cow stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Breathe in and out, nice and easy. Cat arch. Cow stretch. I'm loving this one this morning. We're going to do this one more time. Cat arch. Stretch it like a Halloween cat. Cow stretch. Beautiful sun. Okay. All right. Now it's time to head back up to the stand back up. All right, now we're going to do the inner thigh stretch, and we're just going to spread your legs out like this, right? Spread them wide and bring this knee forward, and then put your hip and twist it this way like that. And what you're doing is you're feeling it stretching inside your inner thigh and your hip. And I'm a little off balance because I'm on a slope this morning. But just move this knee forward and then point your hip out this way. And you'll feel it stretching inside your thigh. You're also using a little bit of thigh muscle here. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. It's tough for me because I'm on an incline. All right, now up. Let's do it the other way. This leg out and stretch. Push that hip out this way. And now you'll feel it stretching inside your groin. Keep these legs straight. It is really hard for me to keep my balance on this one. Okay. All right, straight up. Put this knee forward and put your hip out this way. Up, knee forward and out. Oh, I can just feel that in my inner thigh. One more time. This way. And over this way. Okay, now it's time to get your chair. We're going to do the toe curl ankle stretch, and it's always a little strange. Basically, you're going to put your left foot forward with your toes, fold them over and put them on the mat like this, okay? And then point your ankle this way, away from your body. Point your ankle like that. And you'll feel it stretching in your shin and in your top of your foot, your feet, and your ankle. And if you bend forward, you can feel it definitely a little better in there, even in the back area right here. I know this one's probably the hardest one to figure out in all of my videos, but I'm trying to explain a little better for you. Beautiful morning. Okay, now let's switch over to the other side. Bend your toes, curl them onto the mat like that. Now point your ankle this way, your heel this way, and you'll feel it stretching. Okay. Switch it over. Use that chair for balance. Okay. Switch it over. Bend forward. It's a beautiful morning. Okay, and that's it. Now we're going to sit down. And we're going to do the Genie Stretch. And what that is, left over right, and we're going to just bring it over our heads like this, like I Dream a Genie, and bring it over your heads. And you're stretching your shoulders and your elbows, your upper back. Oh, that feels good. Range of movement in your shoulders. Bring it down. And now let's go left over right. Bring it back up again. Breathe in and out, nice and easy. If this is as far as you can go, it's okay. You'll get better over time. Okay, and down, right over left, and up. And down, lift over right, and back up. Okay, and now we're going to do the spine stretch. And this one, again, we're stretching our spinal column, so feel the stretch, not the pain. We're just going to use our hands for support, put them on your knees, and then gradually bend down like this. And only go, don't feel any pain. If that's as far as you can go, it's as far as you can go. And then just relax and bring it all the way down. Put your hands on your knees, push it back up, bring it out like this. One more time, and then head on down. Just relax, breathe in and out, nice and easy. Put your hands on your knees, push yourself back up, out. Let's go down one more time. And down. Okay, put your hands on your knees, push yourself back up, and we're going to do that one more time. I just love this stretch. It's great for your spinal column. And down. Put your hands on your knees and push yourself back up. And that's it. We stretched our ankles, our knees, thighs, calves, shin muscles, torso, elbows, shoulders, elbows, hands, wrists, fingers. We stretched it all. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up like button. And you can go to meyochi.com, which is my website, and check out all my other videos. Well, today I've got a little treat for you. I did a behind-the-scenes look at how Meyochi is filmed in the morning. So I did a time lapse of how I set everything up and what I'm looking at that you can't see behind the camera and so on and so forth. So I hope you enjoy it. Check out my time lapse behind-the-scenes Meyochi stretching video. And if there's any inspiration out of it, it takes a lot to get up really early in the morning to come and do this great, wonderful show for you. But I love every single second of it. There's nothing better than going on the beach before the sun comes up, and it's so quiet and peaceful. It's just you and the waves and the seagulls and the pelicans, and very few people are out. And it's just one of the most peaceful, magical places to be, is on the beach before the sun rises. So I really love it, and the inspiration you can take out of it is my enthusiasm for being out here and filming it with you. So here is my time-lapse, behind-the-scenes Meyochi setup. And I see you.